This story begins deep in the wild, where heat dances above the earth, and silence is never truly empty. A lion cub's desperate cry cuts through the savannah air, echoing like a call for help no one can ignore. It's sharp, trembling, and filled with the fear that seeps into the wind itself. In this unforgiving land, survival is never guaranteed. And tonight, something fragile is fighting to stay alive. So before we dive in, take a moment to like this video and subscribe, but only if you truly enjoy these emotional wildlife stories. Comment below your favorite animal, and let's begin the rescue that no ranger would ever forget. You stand at the edge of the golden grass, where the horizon burns red with the last light of day. The world is quiet, too quiet. Every instinct says something is wrong. The cry comes again, distant but unmistakable, a cub calling out in pain. The team moves fast, flashlights in hand, rifles slung over shoulders. Years of training tighten every motion. One watches the sky, another the grassline. You follow the sound, each step stirring the dry earth beneath your boots. The air smells of dust and fear. Somewhere ahead, hidden in the tall reeds, the cry fades for a heartbeat, then returns, weaker. The cub is losing strength. You know you're racing against time and the darkness creeping in. The rangers exchange quick glances. This could be a trap. Lion prides don't leave their young behind easily. A missing cub means a restless mother, and a restless mother means danger is close. You signal for silence. The group fans out, moving in slow arcs through the field. The last light drops below the horizon, and suddenly the world feels like it's holding its breath. The cicadas stop singing. Even the wind seems to hide. Your flashlight catches movement, a flicker of fur vanishing between the roots of an acacia tree. You step closer, heart pounding, unsure if you're about to find a cub or its hunter. Another cry, this time sharper, desperate. You kneel, brushing away leaves. There it is. A tiny lion cub, tangled in a mess of thorns and roots, its eyes wide with fear. Its chest heaves fast. A thin line of blood stains the fur on its paw. You whisper softly, trying to calm it, hand trembling as you reach forward. For a brief moment, the cub stares back, helpless but trusting. And then, from somewhere beyond the trees, a low, rolling growl answers. Deep, heavy, close. The cry of the cub has been heard. The wild has started to move. The night grows heavier as you move deeper into the grasslands. The cub's faint cries echo behind you, swallowed by the hum of crickets and the slow heartbeat of the wild. Every sense sharpens. Out here, danger doesn't announce itself. It watches, waits, and follows. The rangers form a tight column. Their boots crunch over dry soil, littered with fragments of bone and seed pods. One kneels beside a tree, running his hand along deep grooves carved into the bark. Claw marks, fresh, not from the cub, from something much larger. Nearby, a small patch of earth is disturbed, a scuffle, a drag. You trace the faint indentations of paws in the dust, one set small, erratic, the other heavy, deliberate. Whatever happened here wasn't an accident. The cub wasn't lost. It was hunted. Your breath slows as you realize the truth. Lions aren't the only predators that roam this plain. Sometimes other scavengers wait until a pride makes a kill, and then steal what's left. But a cub? That's rare. It means chaos in the hierarchy of the wild. The radio crackles softly. Another ranger whispers, "Found blood. South trail." You turn your headlamp. The faint crimson smudge glistens against a patch of grass, fresh enough to catch the moonlight. You feel it then, the silent eyes, watching, measuring. You signal the team to move in pairs, staying low. The savannah stretches ahead like an ocean of whispering blades, every shadow a question. Somewhere in that darkness, something big exhales. You crouch beside the tracks, tracing them with your fingertips. The cub's small prints overlap with adult paw marks. A female lion, maybe two. Her pride was here recently, and they moved fast. But then the tracks scatter, chaotic as if something spooked them. A ranger raises his flashlight toward a cluster of thorn trees. There, strands of fur tangled on the branches. Golden, short, unmistakable lion. The cub must have been caught while the pride fled. But fled from what? The air thickens, heavy with heat and the faint musk of predators. You look toward the horizon. Faint flashes of lightning dance in the distance, too far to bring rain, but close enough to illuminate shapes that don't belong to the grass. And then, a sound, faint but distinct, a rumble that vibrates through the ground before it reaches your ears. Not thunder, not wind, a growl. Deep, territorial, coming from the direction you're heading. One ranger mutters, "We shouldn't be this far out after dark." Another replies, "If we don't go now, that cub won't make it." You nod, there's no turning back. The decision is made. You're stepping into the lion's domain, guided only by a dying cry and the thin hope that you'll reach it in time. The growl fades, replaced by an eerie silence. You raise your flashlight again. The paw prints lead straight ahead into a narrow path between thorn bushes. The cub's cries return, faint but alive. You take the first step in, and the world behind you feels like it vanishes. Somewhere beyond those branches, something else is waiting. The grass parts as you step forward, your flashlight cutting a pale path through the dark. The air smells of earth, sweat, and fear. The cub's cry is close now, trembling, fading, desperate. Every instinct screams to move faster, but haste here is risk. The savannah hides danger in silence. You crouch low, your boots sinking into the soft ground near a dried stream bed. The beam of your light glides over the twisted roots of an old acacia, gnarled and knotted, like clenched fists. And then, movement, a shiver of fur, a tiny shape trying to disappear. There it is, the cub, small, frail, and tangled deep beneath the roots, one paw pinned by a snare of thorns. Its eyes flicker in the light, wild gold reflecting pain, confusion, and something worse, exhaustion. You can see its sides heaving, breath shallow, body trembling from dehydration. You kneel beside it, murmuring softly, "It's okay. Easy now." The cub's ears twitch at your voice, unsure whether to fear or trust. Behind you, the others scan the shadows, rifles at the ready. One ranger whispers, "We've got maybe 5 minutes before they smell us." You reach out, careful not to startle it. The thorns are wrapped tight, biting into the soft flesh of its paw. You pull one strand, then another, whispering under your breath as if your words could calm the wild itself. The cub flinches but doesn't fight. It's too weak to fight. Then a sudden noise, branches shifting somewhere behind you. Every ranger freezes. The sound is low, steady, and rhythmic. Footsteps, heavy ones. Your heart quickens. You glance over your shoulder, but the grass moves only with the wind. Still, something in the air has changed. The temperature drops. The insects go silent. Even the cub senses it. Its ears perk, its tiny body pressing closer to the earth. You whisper, "Almost done," and give one final tug. The last thorn snaps free. The cub lets out a sharp cry, not of pain this time, but relief. You lift it gently, feeling its tiny heartbeat against your palm. It's alive. You've won this moment. But before you can even breathe that relief in, a sound rolls through the night, deep, guttural, and close enough to feel in your chest. A lion's growl. The rangers exchange silent looks. Every face says the same thing. The pride is near. You scan the horizon, your flashlight catching glints of movement, eyes low in the grass, glimmering gold under the moonlight. One pair, then another, then 4 more. The realization hits hard. The cub wasn't abandoned. It was bait. You clutch the cub close, backing away toward the team. The wind shifts again, carrying your scent through the grass. The growls multiply. Somewhere out there the mother has returned, and she's not alone. The rescue is no longer about saving the cub. It's about surviving the night. You can feel it before you see it, the vibration underfoot, faint but unmistakable. The low tremor of something massive moving through the earth. The lions are coming. The cub squirms weakly in your arms, sensing what you can't yet see. You press it close to your chest, whispering to calm it, but its heartbeat races like thunder against your hand. The rangers form a defensive circle, flashlights sweeping through the tall grass. The beams catch glimpses of gold fur, rippling muscles, eyes that burn like molten fire. And then the night roars to life. A single lioness steps into the clearing, shoulders broad and eyes locked on you. She isn't charging, not yet. She's studying, judging. Behind her, shadows multiply, 1, 2, 5, maybe more, the entire pride emerging from the darkness, silent as ghosts. The air grows dense with power, and for a moment, the world feels like it's holding its breath. You whisper into your radio, "We're surrounded." The response crackles back, low and steady. "Hold your ground." You know the rules. Never run, never make eye contact, never turn your back. But rules feel small now. These lions aren't hunting for food. They're defending blood. A cub's cry breaks the stillness again, muffled in your arms. The lioness's head snaps toward the sound, and the growl that follows is primal. Not just warning, but wrath. You take one slow step back, then another. The others mirror you, moving as one. Every heartbeat feels like borrowed time. The lioness crouches. Her muscles tighten beneath her skin. Her tail flicks once, a signal. You've seen this before. It means she's deciding, testing. The head ranger, a veteran named Collins, raises his voice calmly. "We're leaving your cub unharmed." His tone is steady, his hand open. But language doesn't matter here, only movement does. The pride fans out, forming a crescent around you. 12 lions, silent, coordinated, deliberate. They could close the distance in seconds. You can hear the rattle of your own breath inside your helmet. Collins whispers, "Back to the truck, slow." You nod, shifting your weight. The cub lets out another tiny whimper, a sound so pure it cuts through the tension like glass. And that's when everything shifts. The lead lioness growls again, deeper this time, and from behind her a massive male steps forward. His mane catches the faint moonlight, his face scarred, his body twice the size of any you've seen. The patriarch of the pride, the protector. He takes a slow step closer, then another. His eyes lock with yours, unblinking. You know what that means. You're too close. You lower the cub to the ground inch by inch. Its tiny paws touch the dirt. It looks back at you once, confused, afraid, and just as you pull your hands away, the male roars. The sound tears through the night like an explosion, shaking the air, echoing for miles. The cub bolts. The pride surges forward. And you know this rescue has just turned into a standoff. The roar fades, but its echo lingers in your bones. Dust rises around you as the pride closes in, their silhouettes flickering between the grass and the glow of your headlamps. You count them. 3 lionesses to your left, 2 to the right, 1 circling behind. Then the shadow of the male, massive, deliberate, unhurried. He knows he's already won the ground beneath your feet. You raise a hand, signaling the others to stop. The rangers form a tight semicircle, rifles ready, but angled low. You can't afford a single wrong move. One twitch, one shout, one burst of fear could trigger the charge you won't outrun. The cub, confused and trembling, stands between you and its family. It lets out a faint mewl. The lead lioness freezes, ears flat, eyes locked on that tiny shape. For a moment, everything stops, just the sound of the wind sliding through the grass, a predator's breath carried on the air. Then she moves, slow, intent. She's not hunting, she's reclaiming. You can see the muscles in her shoulders ripple as she advances, her paws pressing the earth without sound. Behind her, the rest of the pride mirrors her rhythm, each step synchronized in instinctive unity. Collins whispers, "Hold your ground. Make yourselves big." No sudden moves. His voice is steady, but his knuckles are white on the stock of his rifle. You glance toward the truck. It's maybe 100 meters away. Open space between, no cover. Too far to sprint, too close to feel safe. The lioness stops 5 meters out, head low, tail flicking side to side. She's giving a final warning. You understand. You've crossed into the center of their world, and mercy is running thin. You speak softly under your breath, barely above the hum of the crickets. "We came to save, not steal. We're leaving." The lioness blinks once, slowly. Her ears twitch. You can't tell if she heard you or if the wild simply doesn't care about words. Then, without warning, one of the younger males growls, a short, sharp sound of defiance. It's enough. The pride reacts like a single body. Tension snaps. The cub bolts toward the lioness. She surges forward, and in that instant the whole world erupts. Roars explode from every direction, flashlights swing wildly, and the rangers shout over the chaos. The male charges from the side, a blur of muscle and fury. You fire a single warning shot into the air. The sound rips through the night like thunder. The lions hesitate, half a heartbeat of uncertainty, but it's enough. "Go," Collins yells. "Move, now!" The team stumbles backward, boots tearing through grass and dust. The lions fan out again, blocking the path. One roars so close you can feel the hot spray of its breath against your sleeve. Your heart pounds. The truck glints faintly under the moonlight ahead. You grip your rifle tighter, adrenaline surging. Behind you, the cub cries again. And that sound, that single innocent cry, draws every lion's gaze back toward you. You have seconds, maybe less. The next move decides who makes it out of the circle alive. The night detonates into chaos. You shout, "Run!" And the rangers break formation, sprinting through the tall grass as the pride erupts behind them. The ground shakes beneath your boots, every heartbeat drowned beneath the thunder of paws and the bellowing roar of the dominant male. You clutch your rifle in one hand and the cub in the other, lungs burning, the smell of dust and lion musk filling your throat. A ranger ahead trips, rolling hard into the dirt. Another hauls him up without thinking. No one gets left behind out here. "Go, keep moving!" Collins yells, voice ragged over the storm of sound. Muzzle flashes split the dark. Warning shots, just enough noise to buy seconds. The lions don't stop. They dart and circle, testing, closing the distance with terrifying speed. The truck's headlights glint faintly through the haze ahead. It feels impossibly far. You push harder, legs screaming, breath short, mind locked in the rhythm of survival. The cub squirms, whimpering against your chest, its small claws scraping at your jacket. You whisper through clenched teeth, "Hold on, little one, hold on." To your right, a lioness bursts from the reeds, cutting across your path. You twist, stumble, feel the wind of her leap as she misses by inches. The sound of her snarl vibrates through your bones. Another ranger fires again, one shot, then two, the report echoing over the plains. The lioness veers off, vanishing into the dark. "Almost there," someone shouts. You can see the truck now, white against the black of the Savannah, door wide, engine humming. Salvation and panic fused into one image. Then a new sound, deep, rhythmic, closer. The male. His roar rips through the chaos, louder than the rest, commanding the pride to converge. You glance back and see eyes, dozens of them, glowing in the headlamp beams, like fire caught in motion. One ranger spins, fires a flare into the sky. For an instant the night turns crimson. The lions freeze, silhouettes against the red glow, beautiful, terrible, alive. That hesitation buys you moments. You dive for the truck, shoving the cub gently into Collins's arms as he hauls himself inside. Two more rangers scramble into the back. You turn, rifle raised, scanning the grass. Nothing but the sound of your own pulse. Then a flash of movement. A lioness charges from the left. You squeeze the trigger, the shot cracking through the air, sending her skidding sideways. The truck roars to life, tires tearing through dirt. The team yells, "We're in!" "Go, go, go!" You leap onto the side rail as the vehicle jerks forward. The pride gives chase for 50 meters, roaring, relentless, but the engine wins the race. Dust billows, obscuring the shapes until they fade back into shadow. Silence returns in fragments, first the wind, then your breathing, then the low hum of the truck engine. The cub lies still now, exhausted but safe. The men slump into their seats, wide-eyed, shaking, alive. And yet, beneath the relief, a cold thought lingers. Out there in the dark, the pride isn't finished. They don't give up their own so easily. The truck tears through the Savannah, headlights carving pale tunnels through the dark. Dust whips across the windshield, thick enough to blur the horizon. Inside, the cabin smells of sweat, fear, and gunpowder. No one speaks for the first full minute. They're alive, and that's miracle enough for now. You glance at the cub, wrapped in a torn field jacket beside Collins. It's breathing fast, eyes half closed, tiny chest rising and falling. Relief mixes with guilt. The mission was to rescue, not to provoke war with the pride. But out here, lines blur fast between mercy and survival. The radio crackles. "Base, this is Delta. We've got the cub." "Repeat, we have the cub." "Heading back north perimeter." The reply is static, faint, too distant to make out. The storm clouds rolling in overhead swallow the signal whole. The Rangers exchange tense looks. Collins mutters, "We'll regroup at the outpost, 20 clicks out." But the road is rough, and the night seems to shift against you. The grasslands stretch endlessly in every direction, shimmering in the headlights like an ocean of ghosts. The cub stirs, lets out a weak cry. You lean closer, running your hand along its back, trying to calm it. "Easy, little one," you whisper. But something feels off. Its small body trembles, not from cold, but from instinct. It's sensing something before you do. Then you hear it, the faintest thud, rhythmic, closing in from somewhere behind. Paws on dirt. Not many, just one. Maybe two. "Something's following us," you say, voice tight. Collins looks through the side mirror, but all he sees is darkness and dust. "We lost them," he insists, pushing the truck harder. The engine growls, gears grinding. And then the cub cries again, louder this time, sudden and sharp. Every ranger's head snaps toward it. The sound doesn't stop. It's calling, answering something only it can hear. You look outside. For a split second, through the swirling dust, you catch it. Two golden eyes reflecting the headlights, low and steady, running parallel to the truck. Then they vanish. "Eyes on the left!" you shout. Collins swings the beam that way, but the shape is gone. Just the rustle of grass. The cub whimpers, claws digging into the jacket. Then before anyone can react, it leaps. A blur of motion, pure instinct. It hits the open window, slips through, disappears into the night. "Stop the truck!" you yell. The tires screech, dirt spraying everywhere. Everyone piles out, rifles raised, flashlights slicing through the dust. The cub's small cries echo somewhere in the darkness, closer to the tree line. You call softly, "Come on, little one." Come back. Nothing answers. Just wind, then faintly a sound, low, rumbling, familiar. A growl. The realization hits like ice. The pride has found you again. They never stopped tracking. The cub didn't fall, it returned. In the beam of your flashlight, movement stirs. Several pairs of eyes blink back at you from the shadows, reflecting amber and calm. The cub's cries stop. A silhouette steps forward, broad, steady, unmistakable. The male, the father. He stands still, just meters away, watching. Not attacking, just watching. Collins whispers, "Don't move. Don't even breathe." You hold your ground. The lion lowers his head slightly, gives one short growl, a warning or a thank you can't tell, and then turns away. The rest follow. Within seconds, the grass swallows them whole. The night returns to silence. The cub is gone. The mission, in its own wild way, is complete. Morning breaks slowly over the savannah, light spilling across the horizon like the first breath after drowning. The world that tried to kill you only hours ago now seems almost gentle. Mist curls above the grass, turning the plains into a sea of gold. You lean against the truck, every muscle heavy, the metallic taste of adrenaline still clinging to your tongue. No one has spoken much since the cub vanished. The rangers stand in silence, watching the dawn burn through the haze. Somewhere out there, the pride is resting, hidden by the tall grass and the heat. You can almost feel them, a quiet rhythm, hearts beating in sync with the land. Collins breaks the silence first. "We don't go after them," he says softly. "That's their world. We got lucky just getting out of it." You nod. There's no argument left. Some rescues end with applause, others with understanding. This one ends with respect. The radio finally hums with life. Static first, then a distant voice. Delta confirms status. Collins lifts the receiver, eyes still fixed on the horizon. "Mission concluded," he says, voice steady but tired. "Cub secured by natural reunion. Team safe." The words hang heavy in the air. Natural reunion. You picture the cub now, nestled beside its mother, heartbeat steady, safe under a wall of muscle and fur. You imagine the pride gathered in the shade, licking the night's dust from their coats, the cub tucked against the lioness's chest, purring softly. The savannah that once seemed cruel now feels sacred. You understand, perhaps more than before, that nature doesn't owe gratitude. It simply continues. The lions did what lions do: protect, reclaim, survive. And so did you. The rangers begin packing up. Boots scuff the dirt. Rifles are checked, radios clipped back to belts. But you can't quite pull yourself away yet. You take one last look toward the horizon. where the light shimmers and moves like water. For a moment you think you see them, the pride walking in slow formation, the cub bouncing clumsily between them. You smile quietly. It's not proof, it's peace. The truck engine rumbles to life again, soft and steady. Collins climbs in, gives you a nod. "Let's go home," he says. You climb aboard, glancing back one final time. The grass sways gently in the wind, golden and endless. The Savannah gives nothing, but it takes nothing either. You came here to save life. In the end, life saved itself. The road ahead is long, but the sky above is clear. You close your eyes for just a second, letting the hum of the engine blend with the morning song of the plains. For once, everything feels still, balanced. Somewhere in that vast, wild expanse, a lion cub sleeps beside its mother, safe, warm, and free. The sun is high now, turning every blade of grass into a line of gold. Heat waves shimmer across the plain, erasing the scars of the night. The air smells of dust and acacia bloom, sharp, sweet, alive again. You sit on the hood of the truck, boots dangling, the wind brushing across your face. It's almost hard to believe what happened only hours ago. The chase, the roars, the dust, the fear. Collins stands beside you, sipping from a dented metal flask. "We walked right through the heart of a pride," he murmurs. "And somehow they let us go." You don't answer. Some experiences are too big for words. Out here, silence means respect. You watch the horizon where the lions vanished. In your mind, you see the cub, its small head tucked beneath its mother's chin, safe again in the rhythm of the wild. No cages, no lights, no human hands. Just the slow, eternal balance that nature keeps for itself. The rangers finish their checks, laughter breaking softly between them now, thin, exhausted, grateful laughter. The tension finally dissolves, replaced by a calm that feels earned. The Savannah breathes again, and for the first time since the cry pierced the dark, you can breathe with it. You think of what the wild has shown you tonight. Mercy can roar, love can bite, and sometimes the most heroic thing humans can do is step back and let the earth heal itself. The lesson settles in your chest like the warm wind, quiet, deep, unforgettable. The truck door closes. The engine hums. You take one last look at the endless plain, the same soil that almost took your life and now offers peace. The cub's cry is gone, replaced by birdsong and the whisper of grass moving in slow waves. The danger has passed, peace has returned, and the Savannah rests once more.